Welcome back to Big Dubs B, Benchwarmer Ball. I'm here with my favorite Ravens fan, don't tell Max, Andrew,
Let's go.
and I'm your average Bills fan, Mike. And we're here to talk to you about those week two games, and maybe something special coming up for week three. Andrew, how are you doing?
Dude, I've been doing good. It's been a minute,
It
sadly,
has.
just due to time restraints, and I've missed it, and I'm glad to be back. But first of all, I need to say, we need to wind it back to week one because, as you know, we lost to your Bill, so I gotta say GG.
Well
Uh,
played.
and I
Well
gotta,
played.
I gotta say, I gotta talk some crap about my team because it's every year. It's just gonna be quick rant.
Please, please,
Every
safe place
year.
to vent.
Every year we fucking do this, man. We blow the leads in the fourth quarter. It's just we take the foot off the gas and we're like, all right, we're up 20. We're up 40 to 25. We're
Mhm.
fine. Dude, can you act like this is the National Football League and you're playing a Super Bowl contender, Buffalo Bills? Can we act like that,
You
please?
flatter us. You flatter us.
Oh, I'm just being real.
Hey, quit messing around.
I'm not messing around. I'm doing important stuff.
Yeah.
It's true.
It is true, I hope.
Your Super
But
Bowl aspirations are just as big as ours. Like, oh man, act like it, guys. Like, have some urgency. Like, we play too conservative, and I think a big part of this one was the defense was doing solid. Our offense was clicking like crazy. Derrick Henry was just running the shit
oh,
out of the
he was
ball
so good.
at a crazy clip per run. And then what happened? What happened was D Hop. I think I can't remember if it was a Derrick Henry run first or a D Hop catch.
Oh, the
But
D-Hop catch
but
was
either way, those back-to-back drives of
mm,
touchdowns were really quick drives. They're like a minute and 10 or so seconds and a minute and 30 or so seconds. That's no way to close a football game, man. If we continue to
hmm
do that, sure, but because at the end of the game we kind of just folded and offensively, and that did not help our defense whatsoever because when we have those short touchdown drives, your defense gets a minute and a half to 2 minutes of rest. Oh, back on the field to try and chase after Josh Allen again. That's not a recipe for success. That's why that's a I believe that's a big reason why we lost. We have those quick touchdown drives and then play too conservative to try and just look. You don't have to get those quick touchdown drives for the whole rest of the game. Drive the freaking ball down the field. I don't care how you do it. If you pass it or throw it, get first downs, move the chains, turn the clock. It's that simple.
Absolutely. And I will say this, like I think as fans we want explosive plays, right? Like you said, like those short drives where Derrick Henry just rips our defense again.
Yeah.
And then you have DeAndre, but Um, I think the Eagles are too conservative. I think they're not. I don't necessarily like them as an example of this, but football is a game of controlling the clock. And
Yep.
I agree. I think you were too hard on the pedal early and then too soft on it late. And
Yeah.
but hey, it's lessons for later. John
Exactly.
Harbaugh's got to learn eventually, right? Same with Kyle Shanahan with their fourth quarter leads.
Right.
Um, but
Maybe.
hey, you know what? You came back swinging last week, right? And so it's something.
Yeah, we did. We came out the gates. We came out the gates kind of slow, actually. I think it was 10-0 going into. Let me pull it up again. I think it was like 10-0 going into the second quarter or so.
Yeah,
It was
I
just
had red zone up and
slow,
I was
kind
like,
of
damn. Kind
getting
of, I like
going.
had my watch. I was like, it's kind of slow.
Yeah, shoot, it was 10-3 going into half. So it wasn't like a high scoring game until that fourth quarter where we get no shoot, the interception was early. We get the fumble return for a
Yeah.
big touchdown. We get the big play with D Hop for the touchdown. And then from there it was kind of over. But the big thing was I didn't watch this game unfortunately, but the big thing that stood out, I think, to everybody. I have it pulled up right now. Derrick Henry had 23 rushing yards, average 2.1.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What are we doing?
Yeah, it's
That's
rough. I think he fumbled, if I'm not mistaken,
yeah,
too.
he did. He did
Yeah.
early. It was recovered by us, thank God. But one, I hope that's not an issue. Two, why are we running? Why are we running for 23 yards? Come on, man. We're way better than that. The pass game was great. Lamar was efficient, 19 for 29. Fine. 225 yards and four touchdowns. Let's go. Um, and oh, side note. I don't know if you guys noticed. Lamar Jackson has now moved into the number one spot for career passer rating.
He was number one on Mahomes Mountain on Nick Wright's show. So that says something that he
Thank
took
God.
Mahomes' crown on the biggest Mahomes glazer on
For
ESPN.
real. For real. That guy is whew. But like that's big stuff. I mean, it might only last like a week or so, but still, the fact
That's
that
great.
he's top five even, number one after rookie year, his his 2018 start to career is like, is this guy gonna be able to pass the ball well? 2019 hits and you're like, okay, yeah, he is. But yeah, he's gone from questionable running quarterback to the right now he has the number one career passer rating. So pretty dope.
Congratulations, Lamar. Yeah,
Pretty
just
dope.
credit where it's due. Congrats,
Credit where
Lamar.
it's due.
Congrats. We're happy for you.
So that's pretty cool. That's kind of all I got to say about that. The defense looked pretty good. I don't like there was a lot of big, decently not. There's a lot of chunk plays which I didn't like. Watching the highlights. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Let's just tighten up a little bit. Jair was inactive last week after his abysmal opponent's performance against the Bills. So um, I don't know if we'll see him this week. That's
He'll
something up
recover.
to
If not,
coaching.
if not
Yeah.
this week, he'll at least be def at the field, and like we know
Yeah.
he'll get better. Again, it's all about removal from injury.
Yeah.
As much as I love talking about the Ravens beating the tar out of the Browns again,
Yeah.
after you stole their city's team and everything. What was it, 30 years
Hey man,
ago?
Art
Um,
Modell, not my fault. Our
yeah, that's
team
true.
got even worsely stolen. Okay,
That
so
that you know what? I can't even say you're wrong because that's
fun.
totally fair.
Here's a quick insert. My dad joined the Colts band the day that they left.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Oh my
That's a
God.
topic for another story, another podcast, and I have a
We'll bring it
story
up. We'll
written on
bring it
it that I
up.
really need to publish. Anyways, go ahead.
That's a great detail. But yeah, but other games last week, or week two, let's talk. Andrew, give me a game that mattered last week.
A game that mattered not necessarily due to score wise. It was a close game, yes, but due to injury implications. We're going with the Bengals and Jags. I mean, the Bengals took it through 31 to 27, but the big thing from this is Joe Burrow is out till probably mid-December. It's looking like,
Yeah.
and according to Google AI, he might, have the possibility of returning for the last 3 to 5 games, but that is huge. But they go to Jake Browning, their backup, who I think could carry them to like about a 500, like you were saying before we started recording. I didn't mean to steal your thunder, but
All
um,
good, all good.
like the other year when he played against us, I think it was a tight game. Like Jake Browning's no slouch. He's not like crazy good, but he's a formidable backup, probably one of the best backups in the league. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, that's just huge. 3 months for Joe Burrow on a
It's
team
terrible.
that is offensively wanting to be Super Bowl contenders. Defensively, that's another question, or that's another, conversation. But yeah, that's huge. So, not pointing out anything game wise besides Joe Burrow going down, and then Jamar Chase had a great day. He had 160 something yards and a couple touchdowns. So
The-
that's
When
Joe
you are
Burrow
as
for you.
great a receiver as Jamar Chase, you make whoever's your quarterback work. I mean, Larry Fitzgerald, I think, is an example. Well, I mean, only to so an extent, but the Bengals
Justin
offense should
Jefferson too.
still be scary.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Justin Jefferson,
Just Jeff's a
absolutely.
prime example.
Woo, damn right he is. Well, I think the AFC South is a good point of discussion. For me, a game that mattered. I originally wanted to say Broncos Colts, which Max and I predicted in certain video, and I may have said the Colts, but it's actually the Bucks
Nice.
and Texans. Thank you, thank you. Um, what a game, first of all, for Monday Night Football. Of course, they put great games on when no one can watch it except me.
Yeah.
I work overnights. It's okay. Um, Great final drive by Baker Mayfield. And I mean, the issues that we talked about with both these teams, like Oh, there's a fly on my mic. What the hell? Um, shoot. The issue to talk about for both these teams really showed their heads, right? Like, I mean, for the Texans, that O line again, poor performance, and we still have to see how good this Bucks pass rush is. But C.J. Stroud just could not catch a break last night, and the run game really didn't get going till till Chubb ripped off a 25 yard. I mean, hey, good for a Chubb, but yeah, I mean Baker Mayfield looked great out there. What a great both rushing game by the Bucks as well as their offense. And I'm kind of high on the Bucks. I think that if they continue to distance themselves in the NFC South and they claim a higher seed, we could see a team that makes it to the divisional or even championship in the NFC. That's my crazy take in week two. Not that it's that crazy.
It's I was gonna say I don't think it's so crazy because they won their division last year. I mean, it's a kind of a clown division, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie. I'm
Ethan.
sorry, Ethan. But dude, I'm a big as much as I like, he was a former Brown. I was a fan of him back then. Still a fan of him. Big Baker Mayfield. He's such a fucking beast. Get up in
Absolutely.
CJ Gardner's face, who wants to talk trash after the game, like he didn't get carried to a Super Bowl, but that's another topic of discussion. Baker Mayfield's a dog.
Damn
Sorry,
straight.
he's a dog. He got sacked four
Oof.
times today, but he's still a dog. Um, he's just a beast. He's a gunslinger. He's like Drew Brees size, but like playing trying kind of like who does he play like? I feel like you can kind of compare him to Roethlisberger.
I think that's good. Oh, big. He's Big Baker
Big
instead of
Bet,
Big Ben.
Big Bake instead of Big Ben. Yeah,
I
I
just love
kind
how
of
he
like that
runs.
comparison. Yeah, I
I
know.
do too. Just you really can tell when someone's just given and they're all in like the most unhinged way possible, like chaotic
Yeah.
good D&D type shit, and like man, Baker Mayfield brings that shit.
There's like
Um,
I compare him just because of familiarity with him being on the Browns and then Joe Burrow being on the Bengals. I don't know what it is. They're both cocky, or
yeah,
you know, but for some reason I love it in Baker Mayfield and I hate it in Joe Burrow. Maybe because he's good. I mean, sorry,
that's insane.
he's elite and
Okay,
Baker's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
great or really really good. I'll say he's really good. I think there's a difference there, and because we had to face Joe Burrow still every year, he's just annoying cocky.
Yeah.
Baker's a
I
funny
think
cocky, I
you
think.
hate that he actually you feel scared every time you play him, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Even
Yes.
those
No, no,
nail biters last year were
you're
great
right.
games.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah.
I
Great
mean,
games, but
there was that PI call that should have been made, that would have given the Bengals the game, but that's okay. It happens. Just hopefully not when we
huh.
play each other.
I don't recall.
Well, tell you what, I mean, circling back to your flock, to your Ravens. If I'm not mistaken, you have a big game coming up for week three, Monday Night Football.
Huge. Whoa, 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 whoa. We didn't even get to your Bills taking care of business against
Well, I appreciate
the
it.
Jets.
I mean, I'm glad Josh Allen only got the bloody nose. That really scared me the second when he, left the game for a second. Or went to the benches. But yeah, it was a dominant run game. Again, not gaudy numbers by Josh, but you don't need that sometimes. Sometimes you just gotta control the clock. I mean, the Jets
Yeah.
barely had time possession. The only receiver to have more than 10 yards was Garrett Wilson for the Jets. So, and they didn't get their touchdown until Justin Fields left, and they put Tyrod Taylor in. Hope Justin Fields is okay with his concussion. So again,
I don't think he's going to be starting next week. I think he's going to be the GOAT Tyrod Taylor,
I think we'll respect
Ravens
Tyrod
Super
Taylor.
Bowl
Bills fans,
champion.
we love Tyrod Taylor.
Ravens fans too. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
he
true.
didn't do like
The
as much,
journeyman.
but he's a fucking Super Bowl champion
Damn
with
straight.
us.
Put some
Yeah.
respect on his name.
That's what I'm
We put
saying,
it on
bro.
here. We put it on here.
Yeah.
Um, and I appreciate shouting out my
Of
Bills. But
course.
yeah, let's
Gotta
talk.
talk our
Let's
teams,
talk
you
the
know.
game of the week. Like, let's not kid ourselves. This is Lions Ravens is game or Ravens Lions. I'm sorry, Ravens Lions is game of the week.
I agree. I mean, this Monday Night Football. Realistically, that's the best matchup of the week. Like plain
Hmm.
and simple. There's not really anything crazy enticing. I kind of like the Broncos Chargers matchup, but outside
I
of
do
that,
too.
it's not like crazy. Cardinals and Niners are both 2-0, so
Giants,
that's nothing to slouch at.
Chiefs.
Oh
Who can go
yeah.
0-3?
That's in MetLife. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh.
If they pull that off,
Jesus. This is the Giants' first home game? Sorry. I'm distracted now. I
no,
think it
all
is.
good, all good.
Yeah, they are. This is their first home game. That's a brutal first home game.
That
Anyways,
is.
okay. Back to Ravens Lion. Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 brr, dun, dun, bah, 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 bah. Okay. Um, this is gonna be an amazing game. Not only, partially because Ravens are going all black. Woo! The
Woo!
best combo in football.
It's
My
sexy.
favorite combo. It's badass.
It's sexy.
When it was born in the trials of fire of Ray Lewis and Ed Reed and Suggs and Nada and those defenses, and this defense isn't there yet. I say that
Yeah.
because it's not there yet. Roquan Smith had a hell of a game last week. I forgot to mention he was the AFC Defensive Player of the Week. 15 tackles, a 60 some yard fumble return for a
Oh,
touchdown,
yeah.
and just he was flying over the field like he normally does. Uh, love Roquan Smith. Oh my God. But the thing I'm worried about with this game is the pass rush. Uh,
Yeah.
our pass rush isn't great. It's not good. Our D line is like solid run wise. Justin
Hmm.
Madubuike, Broderick Washington, Travis Jones, all like dogs in the trenches. But when you get to those edge rushers, David Ojabo wasn't active last week. Odafe Oweh's not
He's there.
showing signs of, taking the leap that we wanted to.
Hmm.
And then Kyle Van Noy's injured, and I think he's going to miss a couple weeks with hamstring injury. So now we fall
Oh, geez.
to maybe Ojabo's. I think he was a healthy scratch last week, so he'll probably be back on the field because we, need the body. Then we need sorry, we need Owe to step it up, and then we turn to Mike Green. So that'll be interesting.
Hmm.
That will be
I'm not
interesting.
saying anything about Mike Green. You already know what I think.
Yeah, look, I know that all the talk and blah blah about Mike Green. If he can perform on the field, fuck all that shit. No, I'm kidding, but yeah, it's gonna be a huge test. And then the other thing I'm worried about is just have the run game bounce back, and we've got a good chance of winning. Just don't blow it.
Absolutely. Real quick, just something to back up, your pass rush point. Jared Goff, for a lot of last year was statistically, actually during the regular season, he was statistically fifth in 2024 with a
Hmm.
QBR of 95.4 when under pressure. However, that was with a great O line, and B, that ignores that statistic really kind of ignores some games where he was put on his butt. I think in that Texans game when we saw
Yeah.
those interceptions, and I'm
Hmm.
thinking that Commanders game where again we saw the same interceptions. So it's such a huge point. I mean, even Green Bay beating them week one, it's such a huge point of how do you beat this Lions team is you need to make him uncomfortable. But
Yeah.
but yeah, please, my bad.
No, no, no. You're totally fine. Like you said with the in the Packers game, he was sacked 4 times, and then when he's comfortable sitting pretty and gets sacked 0 times, he throws for 5 touchdowns against the Bears. Again, it is the Bears, but still,
Yeah,
Ben Johnson coming, your former offensive coordinator, new head coach of the Bears coming in your house, got to protect the house, and that they did. He was very efficient. 23 for 28. Again, 5 touchdowns. Don't let them get comfortable. That's the problem. If we can cover, so we got, dogs to cover on the lines. We got Amon-Ra St. Brown and hold on, is Williamson?
JMO should be playing, right?
I feel like, am I wrong?
Let me hear. I'll pull up
Is he
last
like
week's injury
suspended or
report.
something?
No, he's not. You know who is the Vikings Jordan Addison. I know he's in my
Oh,
fantasy.
okay.
JMO's. I think JMO's playing. Is Let me.
Yeah, he probably is. He
We don't
he
endorse
played last
Google
week.
AI on this show, but I'm just gonna use it real quick anyways.
I feel like Google AI is fine for like good, quick responses.
Exactly.
Um, And we got to also deal with Sam Laporta.
Oh,
So
my apologies.
he's one of the best tight ends in the game, in my opinion. They got
Yeah,
they got Aiden Hutchinson on the other side. Is he playing?
that's a
He
good
is
matchup
playing.
right there. I think like your tight. What
What
will he
happened to
be
his
against
freaking
Roquan?
broken leg? Who? Oh,
Laporta.
no, he'll probably be against honestly Kyle Hamilton.
Ooh, oh, with the
That
def
could be that could be the case. Or I don't know. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, we'll
But
see. I mean, but I actually real quick on that point for Kyle Hamilton again, one of the best safeties in the league. In fact, 2025 Bleacher Report article here has Kyle Hamilton as the number one ranked safety in this league. Number two, you got none other than Brian Branch with the Detroit Lions, right? And I think something with that is clearly these are two safeties who are very good at their job in limiting explosive plays. But going back to week one, not to throw in the PTSD, but I'm glad we discussed it because it's time management. It's can you control the clock and exhaust the
yeah,
other defense because these two players can be the best at their position, but if they're on the field 24/7, all it takes is one mistake, right? And you see these
precisely.
explosive plays and potential comebacks. So again, I think, like you said, the run game is so important with Derrick Henry. Can you actually just maintain a longer drive?
Yeah, precisely. It's gonna be making sure we keep the drives going in the second half and primarily going farther into the fourth quarter. Just keeping the foot on the gas. Like, don't get tired. My coworker was saying that the difference between good and great players, good players will play great for 3 quarters. Great players will play and destroy them in the fourth quarter because they have the cardio. So if
Hell
we
yeah.
can keep the foot on the gas and keep the energy high and just fly around the ball 24/7 or no, for all 4 quarters, 60-minute ball game, 3.5 hours, I'm with it.
I think you can. I really do think that. I really do.
I think we can because I think it was like 23, I want to say 2022 Ravens season, maybe. Hold on. Do 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 do
So
do
many
do
good seasons to go
do
through, at least
do
regular.
do do do
I
do
say as a
do
Bills
do.
fan,
Yeah, it
so
was 22. Um,
okay.
in 2022, we played the Lions at home and thrashed them 6-38. That was like the year before they went to the AFC Championship, so they were still like the up and coming Lions, but they were
Mm.
still there. They were still like at the top. Um, it wasn't like the year, but it was like
It,
it's
wa- it was the up and up.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same, almost the same team. Um, yeah, and we thrashed them. So yeah,
Yeah.
I have confidence. I'm just worried. I'm always worried because even when we had that 40-25 lead, I still was not comfortable because I was just feeling numb. Like, okay, still time on the clock. There's still time on the clock.
It, Andrew, if you had like one thing to tell, our viewers to watch for on this Monday night game, on this amazing clash between two only 1-1. I'm teasing, teasing. Bills still have to play tomorrow night. We'll see, but I'm not trying to say anything. But um, between these two teams that, had a rough start week one, but they bounced back incredibly well last week. What would you say?
Ooh, that's good. I'd say it's going to be a trench game. A trench game. We were kind of iterating that. Iterating? I don't know.
Yeah.
We were trying to. We were kind of mentioning that, but I think it's going to be a trench game. If we can win in the trenches, or at least do good, and get pressure to Goff, we have a good chance to, get him messed up. Maybe throw an interception or two. I don't need crazy interception. I want sacks and put pressure on his behind. I don't know if we'll be able to do that, unfortunately. But and then the other side of the ball is how is our offensive line going to hold up against their defensive line? Aiden Hutchinson, dog. Are we going to be able to get the run
Hmm.
game going? If we can't, I mean, I guess we could still win because we blew the Browns out of the water with him, rushing for 23 yards. But still, I'd be a lot more confident if he can run at like 4 yards, 3, 4 yards a clip, and yeah, put the game away at the end. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a
Well,
trench warfare.
I fully agree. I think this means we got to put our scores down then. Andrew, who do you have taking this game?
I'll go. I mean, I'll go with, I can't not go against my team,
I
so
understand.
I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I think it might be 34 to 31. I think we win on a field goal. Tyler Loop, the rookie. And it's gonna go, here's what's gonna happen. Here's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be similar to a previous kicker of the Ravens, rookie year in 2012, where we're gonna get the game-winning field goal, and it's going to go over the goalpost. But because the posts extend beyond the heavens,
Well, I'll tell you what, the uprights extend through the heavens.
it's going to be good. And it's going to be a
You,
lot like 2012 Justin Tucker against the Patriots, where Vince Wilfork and Bill Belichick flipped the shit.
I have a
It's going to be the
better,
starting arc.
that's a great game. I have a better one for you. 2021 Ravens Lions, when he who shall not be named knocked a 66-yarder to win the game over the Lions, when they were almost had a win finally that season, and, just casually set the record for longest kick.
It bounces off the crossbar, and it's good.
So,
Casually.
yeah, I think that's a great prediction, Andrew. And I just wanted to highlight, with your point of pass rush, even though, yeah, new center, no more Frank Ragnow, a lot of like, with the O-line being probably less good with the lines this year, I think Penei Sewell wins his matchup at any given point. But I do think that you're going to bring Kyle Hamilton in on some of these like safety blitz plays. You're going to dial up if it's a second or third down. If you think he can get there before, Amon-Ra gets open.
Yeah.
And I would take the Ravens winning still because again, I just believe in your offense and I believe that you will be able to control the game. I truly do think that, but it will still be close. So I also expect a good amount of points to be exchanged, but I'm actually going to give you guys a bit of a higher margin of win. I'm going to put you at 35 to 28. I think a touchdown.
Yeah, I could see that too. I could see
Yeah.
that too. I could see like a one score game, some variation of it. Um, Real quick before we wrap, speaking of like maybe blitzing Kyle Hamilton, I
Mhm.
want to see some more creativity because to generate pressure, more simulated blitzes and stuff like that
Ooh, yeah.
from our defensive coordinator Zach Orr. Definitely need to. We're not going to be able to just rush for all game and get pressure on Goff. Need to be creative. Need to get him in. We need to get in his head that he's getting pressured or might get pressured every freaking time. That is that's probably going to be, honestly, that's might be the biggest key to the game. So, yeah.
I agree. And hey, you'll see us next week and we'll see how this game came out. And, but I truly have a feeling that you're going to see a very happy Andrew here on the podcast and hopefully a very happy me. Sorry, Dolphins fans. It's not personal. Um, yeah. Well, again, thank you all for watching. Again, we'll have more videos coming out later this week. Until then, this has been Benchwarmer Ball. Andrew on my left. I'm Mike on the right. And hey, thanks for watching and go Bills.
Peace. Oh shit. Peace.